having moved multiple times and having lived in 10 different countries, I can tell for sure that there is no perfect place. Each place has its pros and its cons, and even during a lifetime, if you live in the same place in different periods of time, your experience can also be very, very different. And this is exactly what is happening with me right now, because I'm relocating to France for the second time. However, I'm relocating to a completely different area and to a completely different type of location. I used to live in Paris and now I'm relocating to a small town in the southwest of France. I would like to reflect on 5 things that I will miss here in Berlin, and I want to dream about 5 things that I'm really excited to get to in France. Thing number 1 that I will miss about Berlin is cycling. Here you can hop on your bike and go pretty much anywhere. A good advantage of Berlin is that the city is flat, and so it's quite easy to cycle. Also, the cycling infrastructure is amazing. I know a lot of Berliners will say, yeah, but these cycling lanes could be better. Yes, they could be better, but even what is currently present in the city is great. Number 2 is parks. Regardless where you live, you always have a park in the neighborhood. Big or small or medium, there are so many trees. I think that Berlin is one of the greenest capitals in Europe. It's so nice to go there, to meet with friends for a picnic, listen to music, read a book, or just chill and soak sun sitting on the bench. This is something absolutely special about living in a big city. Which leads me to number 3, a low density population. For a capital city, Berlin has quite low density population. Of course, depending on the area, you will sometimes be in places with a lot of people, but most places, when you walk on the street, it's super quiet and there are not so many people. So for me personally, this is a big plus because I don't like crowds and I don't feel comfortable in places with many people. Thing number 4 that I will miss about Berlin is different neighborhoods. Living here, it's like traveling in different places at the same time. Because each neighborhood has its own identity, has its own vibe, particular architecture and particular crowd that lives there. You have beautiful and elegant and maybe a little bit more old-fashioned Charlottenburg, and then artistic and chaotic Neukölln, and then you have up-and-coming Prenzlauer Berg. So you can find a place depending on your mood, on your taste, and seriously, it feels like you're traveling without leaving the city. And my personal favorite, number 5, is tango scene. I've been dancing tango for approximately 20 years, and I can tell for sure, at least for me, Berlin has the most vibrant and the friendliest tango scene in Europe or even in the world. You have different pockets of tango in different neighborhoods with different identities and characters, and so you can choose a place which suits your mood and your identity if you want to go dancing. And people are really, really friendly. And of course, there are things that I'm looking forward to in France. And this time around, I will have completely different experience because in the past, I used to live in Paris. And now I'm moving to a small town. Thing number 1 that I'm looking forward to is slower pace of life. It means taking more time for lunches and dinners, having deeper and longer conversations with your neighbors and friends, and just sitting in the garden and looking at trees. This is something that is bringing me to this particular place because I really want to experience this slower pace. Number 2 is geographical location. I am moving 2,000 kilometers to the south from Berlin, meaning that I will live in the climate with warmer summers and warmer winters. Maybe summers will be a little bit too hot, but this is something that I'm looking forward to. I will have slightly different wardrobe, wear more dresses and short skirts and shorts, and will be tanned a little bit more than here. And also I will be quite close to both the sea and the ocean, the Mediterranean Sea and the ocean. Thing number 3 is stronger community vibe. At this period of my life, I'm really looking forward to being part of the community, doing things together with your neighbors, with people that you live around. And even though big cities offer this kind of communities, but then people come and go. And as you probably know, if you have grandparents or relatives who live in the countryside, people tend to be more together, to meet more regularly and to organize things for the community. So this sense of belonging is something that I'm very excited about. After years living in busy cities like London, Tokyo, Paris, Berlin, Dublin, I cannot wait not only to slow down, but to be in a place with no noise, fewer people, better quality of air. To me, this is the reason number 4. I'm looking forward to my relocation, so I can experience all of these things and to pause and maybe discover something within me that I didn't know before, or maybe even hear some little voice that was hidden inside but was completely overshouted by all of this noise on the outside. And thing number 5, which you probably expected from me already, is food. It's not that Berlin has bad food, but living in the south in general with more sun, you have different taste of fruits and vegetables. I'm really imagining myself with a little basket going to the market, greeting local farmers and then cooking even more than I did in Berlin. So here's my short summary of the things I will miss in Berlin and things I'm looking forward to my move in France. There are no pros and cons. There is no better country. There are different experiences in different times of our lives, and currently I'm really excited about what's to come. And now I would like to ask you, where do you live right now and what is your current lifestyle? And if this is not something that you completely enjoy, where would you like to move? Please write all of this in the comments, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!